All right, folks, welcome back to the TNT show. Nice Saturday morning here. College football is back. Yep, it's finally here. I mean, got some big time games today. Auburn and Baylor played last night. We're gonna kick it off with that. Just talk a little bit about that, and then we're gonna get into our predictions for today's games.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, college football is officially back. Had some interesting games last night, to say the least. Yeah, let's start off with Auburn. I mean, big game. They looked really good. Trying to pull up their score. Forgot they're not in the top 25.
38-24.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said. I mean, Auburn, they look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. They struggled at first. The only thing that that concerns me just a little bit is, I mean, Jackson Arnold only had 108 passing yards. I mean, they run the ball down their throat. Really wasn't nothing Baylor could really do to stop it. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But the thing that I would be a little concerned about, I mean, it's first game, take it with a grain of salt. But Baylor's quarterback threw for 420 yards.
I mean, yeah, but if you think about it, though, it's a lot of that was, I think, more forced per se.
A lot of it,
Where
though, is like the way, bend but don't break. I don't care if we give up 916 passing yards if they can't score points, because Auburn's defense buckled down when they got close. Yeah, they give up some big plays, but I mean Baylor's defense was just kind of getting wore down because I mean Auburn was just playing. They were playing big boy SEC. We're just gonna run the ball, and if you can't stop us, then I mean, we're just gonna run it down your throat and just hope you can't stop us.
Yeah, like you said, Baylor kind of looked through that first few minutes like they were really going to give Auburn a good game, and then as the game went on, and Jackson Arnold was wearing them
I
down with his
think
legs.
I think, and it's like I said, Baylor kept going for it on fourth down. And I'm not going to take anything away from Auburn because they did look really good on both sides of the ball, especially once we got into the second half. They started playing pretty good. Like I said, Jackson Arnold looked exactly like he did that back end of Oklahoma. But Hugh Freeze said that that's a little bit of an issue because, I mean, you're going to have to, that's not going to work every week.
Yeah, that's true. It's not.
Like, yeah, it's going to work against Baylor. Their defense is just not going to be able to hold up against that. They play. I don't think Auburn plays. I think they play two or three cupcakes now. So that won't really matter. You just want to see. He only threw the ball 11. He only threw the ball 17 times, and he only completed 11 then. So a little concerning from that aspect. So, but like I said, if Auburn can get some things figured out, I mean, good luck. They're going to be a tough team to beat.
Well, I mean, it's that natural ability for him to run the football and sense pressures and escape the pocket. It's that part. If you can, as a defense, if you can stop that, then you have a good chance of. Obviously, it's the first game, so you can't really say that. But at the same time, from looking at that game, if you can stop him from killing you with his legs, you can win the game.
I mean, they had 300 yards on the ground.
Yeah. Well,
So, I mean, Auburn's defense is really good. It's supposed to be a top five defense. So they usually have a good defense. Their offense has just lacked over the last couple of years. But I think they got something brewing. It's just I don't want to compare him to Milroe, but essentially that's kind of what it looked like. Hey, if Cam Coleman ain't open, he's just going to take off running. And
yeah.
that's, like I said, that's not going to work on every single team that you play. But let's just go ahead. Colorado played last night. Um, they got beat. A lot of people were mad at Dion because he was sitting on timeouts and wasn't calling them, or whatever. Again, they lost a lot. I mean, they had the ceremony of putting Shador and Travis Hunter on the stadium, retiring their jerseys and putting them in the Ring of Honor, blah, blah, blah. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be good or not. I mean, Georgia Tech's a good team. Like you said, they went to, 3 overtimes with Georgia last year. They're a tough team to beat, especially that, for a team like Colorado that doesn't have a very good defense. Georgia Tech's just a smash mouth, run it down your throat kind of football team. So, but let's start off biggest, probably. I mean, probably one of the biggest games of the week. One of them, maybe of the year. Texas and Ohio State played 11 o'clock today.
Yeah, that game's going to be a banger.
All eyes are on Arch Manning. It's time. People have been saying this kid is the greatest quarterback that's ever stepped on the field, and we're fixing to see if that's true. Um, what's your take on it? Who you going with?
I
A lot of
mean,
teams lost a lot of players. I mean, Ohio State lost a lot of talent. So did Texas.
so like you said, both teams lost a lot. Both teams are, breaking in new starting quarterbacks. Arch saw the field a a fair amount more last season than Julian Sayin did. Julian Sayin really just played in like mop up duty. Didn't
I
get
don't
any
even know if
starts.
he played.
No, he played. He played when
Did he?
after Ohio State was blowing teams out. Other than that, he didn't play. Now, what I think is Texas has a really, really good defense. Ohio State, they lost a lot of players. So what is their defense going to look like?
Yeah. And what's their
Um,
offense going to look like? Like you said, they lost, two wide receivers, two running backs, their quarterback. I don't know much about their offensive line. I don't know if they lost very many people there. And then, like you said, jump to the defensive side. I mean, they lost their pass rusher. I think they lost maybe a corner, I think. I could be wrong, but they lost a lot. Texas, again, same thing. They lost some wide receivers. They lost their running backs. They lost their quarterback. They lost a lot of people on defense. Lost the Jim Thorpe Award winner, best corner in football.
yeah, that makes a big difference.
So I think I'm going to lean Texas. I don't want to be too SEC biased here. I think
Honestly,
Texas, it's like you said, Arch Manning has played a little. The only thing it's an early game. It is a away game. It is at Ohio State. It's not at a neutral site, which I kind of thought was a little weird.
that's what I was about to say. It's at Ohio State. So one
It's a tough
quarterback,
place to play.
one quarterback has the convenience of playing at home. So when he has the football, it'll be nice and cool and calm, and he can think straight. When the other quarterback has the ball, which is Arch Manning, it's gonna be rocking in there. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean it's like Coach Sarkeesian said. It's like we're not asking you to go out here and play hero ball. Just be you. Let's not make too many mistakes. This is a big game. I mean, this is Texas. I'm just gonna be honest. Texas really can't afford to lose this game.
they can. It's game one.
I mean, they still got a lot of good teams that they got to play though. Ohio State, they only play Michigan. I don't think they play Oregon this year. They play Penn State, but James Franklin can't beat Ohio State. So
I think both teams could afford to lose this game as long as they don't lose two others.
Yeah,
because that's the biggest part.
me saying that is like Ohio State has a better chance of running the table
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Big Ten
than
doesn't.
Texas. I mean, they only have to beat Penn State and Michigan. So if they lose this game, all they have to do is beat Penn State. They can still lose to Michigan. Like you said, you can lose. They lost twice last year and won the national championship.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I mean, it's just Ohio State has would have a probably a little bit better of a pool. If they lose this game, they just have a better chance because, like you said, the Big Ten's just not as powerful. I mean, just their other teams are not in the same ballpark as them. No disrespect to the Big Ten.
it is facts though. Now they said you can watch out for Illinois, sleeper team in the Big Ten. Just saying.
Yeah, they beat the brakes on whoever they played last night. I know they didn't play anybody,
Yeah, I mean they bring a lot back. So we'll see how it goes for them.
but they said this is going to be a trap game for Tennessee, Syracuse. They're playing in Atlanta.
Mm, see, that's one that's 50-50 because Syracuse did lose their starting quarterback to the NFL, and we really don't know. I don't even know who their quarterback is now.
I have no idea if you. Yeah, Illinois won 52-3. They didn't play anybody, but I don't know. I know Syracuse is one of those teams. They're good in their conference, usually pretty solid. But like you said, I don't know. Yeah, because they lost their Kyle McCord.
Yep, I think this game. Well, yeah, the Tennessee Syracuse could kind of look like.
But again, Tennessee lost their quarterback, and they lost a lot
Yeah,
themselves. So I don't know.
that
I
is
mean,
that is true.
they got the transfer from you. They basically traded Nico for the kid from UCLA. So I don't really know what they're going to look like. I'm going to go Syracuse there. Think they might stun Tennessee. I think they're going to give Tennessee a good game. I don't know. Tennessee's got a lot of question marks. I don't know. They
I
should.
think I think
I,
Tennessee's going to run away with it.
they
Maybe not
should.
early. Maybe not early, but
They
they'll run away
should.
with it.
They should. They should be able to go out there kind of like and just big one, to be honest. Let's jump to the 2:30 game. Not a lot of good games. I mean, a lot of teams play cupcakes, but Alabama, Florida State supposed to be, you know, from what I've heard, it's supposed to be bad weather, lots of rain. Alabama's got a lot of people not, or a lot of people. They have a couple people not playing.
Key
Um,
people.
what?
No, I was saying key. They got two key players not playing.
Yeah, their defensive tackle's not playing, and Jan Miller's not playing. So again, I don't really know. I mean, again, Alabama's got a new quarterback. They're playing at Florida State. That's a tough place to play. Like you said, new quarterback going in to a hostile environment in Florida State. Like you said, it's going to be rocking when he's got the
it's
ball. I think it's the same thing goes for Ty Simpson. Look, go out here. Don't get too crazy. It's the first game. There's going to be mistakes. It's the first game. It is what it is. I think you got to rely on the run game. I mean, if it's raining, excuse me, if it's raining, I mean, you're probably not going to be throwing the ball a whole lot. So I hope not. I want to see a good game. I don't want to see that because Florida State's quarterback was talking some trash. So it's time to pay up now. So
I mean, from as an Alabama fan, I think the main thing that you want to see is what is this offense going to look like,
yeah, for sure.
or what do they want it to look like? Because obviously, you're not going to know exactly what it's going to look like from the first game, but you'll get a good idea.
Yeah, you'll get a pretty good idea. Florida State, I mean, they won 2 games last year. They brought in a lot. They lost a lot. So I don't really know. A lot of question marks around them. Obviously they won a bounce back season. They were terrible last year. They couldn't beat me and you.
Then you got so Ryan Grubb is the offensive coordinator now. They brought 90% of their defense back. They brought, I'd say, about half of their offense back, or maybe a little more than half, because you got like the tackles, you got the guards, you got the receiver. Well, you got two of the receivers coming back. So I think Alabama has a, they got a chance to be a really good football team this year.
Yeah, it's like it's just the question mark is Ty Simpson. How good's he going to be? The team is going to be just as good as he is, unless he's bad and they put somebody else in there.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see it where that goes.
Yeah. So I know you're going Alabama. It
Yeah.
depends. I'm going to go Alabama too. I think that they're probably. If it's raining, it might be close. Because gonna be a lot of running, probably gonna be some turnovers. If it's raining, coming to flood like they say it could or it's going to, they were talking about it possibly being delayed. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the weather looks like. It won't tell me. Um. So if it's doing that, you don't really know. But like clear skies, maybe a little bit of rain, I think Alabama's probably gonna win by at least 2, 3 touchdowns. At least they're probably going to win by at least 14. Should. I don't know much about Florida State, man. They lost a lot of people to the portal, and
Yeah, they're
I'm
basically
pretty
doing the same thing they did last season, just bringing a bunch of guys in just to see, like,
that they brought people in. They lost people. They lost a lot of people on defense, offense. They got a new quarterback. I don't know. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna see. It didn't work out for them last year, so maybe they got some better luck this year.
yeah.
Let's jump to primetime LSU Clemson. At Clemson at night. It's going to be a tough place to play. A lot of teams, these two teams, again, try and stay non-biased here. Bringing back a lot. Clemson has 3 All-Americans on their defense, so that's a little. I'm a little concerned that our offense. I'm a little worried that our offensive line may be a little shaky. We lost 2 All-Americans to the pros, and Emory Jones and uh, my mind just went blank. Will Campbell. So they said that Clemson's returned. I'm pretty sure they returned almost everybody. I don't even know if they. I know some people had to have graduated, but
So this is another one of those games where you got two highly touted teams coming into the season. You got some Heisman favorites in the quarterbacks. You have, both really good football teams, obviously. And no disrespect to LSU, because LSU was a great football team, storied football team. But last year, their defense was just not all the way there. It looked good in stretches.
yeah,
Um,
we crumbled.
just
We just it was that little stretch where we crumbled when we didn't need it to. This is a big game. And I know it's the first game and it doesn't really matter, but it does. If we get beat here, we played 2 top 15 teams. Clemson's number 4, and I'm pretty sure Florida's like what, top 15, I think. We played 2 top 15 teams in the first 3 weeks of the season. What I want to see is our defense playing. We're missing some people that aren't playing. Our safety is missing the first half because he got ejected in their bowl game at Houston. So he's missing the first half. Somebody else isn't playing, I think. It's all gonna ride on the defense. We're gonna score, I would imagine. I hope. It's this is a big game for Brian Kelly. We haven't won an opener in 5 years. This is a big game for Brian Kelly. I mean, he said we've been preparing for Clemson since January. So I hope we can. I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna pick LSU. Obviously, there's no way I'm gonna pick Clemson. But I think that we're gonna win by 10. I think it's gonna be a nail biter, and then I kind of think that Clemson's gonna make a mistake, and then we're gonna feed on that.
So, I mean, again, both really good football. I think this is one of those games that can go
It can
either
go either
way.
way.
It can go either way.
Clemson's a
Personally,
very good football team, like you said. Cade Klubnik, Heisman front runner. He's in the Heisman talk. I mean, again, LSU can't really afford to lose this game. Clemson can because they don't really. The ACC is just not
it's not as
as.
strong.
It's just not as strong. So I mean, they can kind of afford to lose here, and it'd just be easier for them to win the other games. I mean, this is a big game for LSU. It really is. I think we're gonna win. Obviously, I'm not gonna pick Clemson,
I'm
but
taking Clemson in a close one. And the only reason I say that is because their defense is just,
yeah, they've always had a good defense. So I'm just worried that if we can, I think honestly, it could be a shootout. If you just want me to be honest, I
that's a possibility. Yeah.
I think but the thing is, the one thing I want to see is I don't want to see LSU give up a bunch of points.
Well,
We at
see
least need
that.
to be able to. I mean, it's the first game. There's gonna, like I said, with every other team, there's gonna be some mistakes. We brought in a lot of people from the portal. We had the number one transfer class. We're bringing in everybody, so you could see that the tension is high for Brian Kelly because obviously he wouldn't have done that otherwise.
Yeah.
So we brought in a lot of pieces, offense, defense. We just need to get it. We just need to bring it all together. I want to see Nussmeier. I know. I don't want him to do too much because he does have that lingering little injury with his knee or ankle or whatever. So if he gets hurt, we're in trouble. But I just want to see him kind of extend some plays a little bit more and not anticipate the throws so much. But he's got to be able to rely on his defense because it doesn't matter if you go out there and throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns if you give up 501 yards and 6 touchdowns to the other team.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, obviously they're going to play off of each other as long as they're sustaining drives and don't have the defense out there on the field all night. I think it'll be a great game.
yeah, for sure. I think it's going to be a good game regardless. But because that's basically it. Nobody else really plays. I think if let's just hypothetically speaking here, if Clemson was to beat LSU by let's say something 42 to
They're not
7
firing Brian
points,
Kelly. Just go ahead and get
they
the thought out of your
they
head.
might.
No.
I mean, it's the same thing year in, year out. You literally came on ESPN. You've been planning for this team for 6 months, 7 months. You go out here and get blown out. I'd fire my defensive coordinator if it was my defense. I mean, defense has been trashed for the last couple of years. You're not going to win championship football playing that. But
absolutely not.
like I've been told, Clemson is the number 4 ranked team in the nation. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. Clemson is supposed to be really good this year. So they returned a lot. So take it with a grain of salt. Now, if we beat them convincingly, well,
I'm still not convinced because it's just game. It's this game one. Game one.
So
doesn't, like I said, game one never really tells you everything. It's just like that. Okay, well, here's what we want to look like. Can we look like that at the end of the season?
I just want to see Brian Kelly win a big game. This is a big game for him. He's usually struggled under the pressure, but I don't want to talk too much about that. But yeah, there's really nobody else really playing that, that is even good. Boise played, they looked god awful.
USF looks like they can win the
They
conference
were
this season,
they were
maybe.
saying that they said that everybody was saying they need to call up Ashton Jeanty and go ahead and gift him the Heisman because he drug that sorry team to a playoff berth. Because boy, they couldn't do anything. They were
Yeah,
fumbling the ball. I mean, it's hard to replace a generational player like that. But, I mean, they scored, I think, on the first drive, and
and
then
that
they
was
didn't
it.
do nothing else after that. And then they got blowed out.
Yeah, that game I actually watched. They just,
I mean,
I
they turned
mean,
the ball over a lot. They fumbled a lot, throwing interceptions, fumbling the ball, putting the ball on the ground. It's just, you can't do that. Well, I take that back. Sunday we do have some games. Virginia Tech,
oh
South Carolina. Forgot that people are
yeah,
playing Sunday.
Miami Notre Dame.
Miami, Notre Dame. That should be an interesting game. I know Notre Dame lost a lot. They lost their quarterback. Um, a lot of people are high on their running back. He's in the Heisman watch right now. Jeremiah Love. Um, Miami brought in Carson Beck. You know, I'm assuming he's gonna play. I know he was hurt.
Well, see, now the biggest question mark for Miami is their defense going to be any better? Because if it's not, then I mean, you're looking at another what 10-3 season,
Yeah, I mean Carson Beck.
probably no playoffs.
I guess it just depends what Carson Beck can do. Come from Georgia, played at a very good school. So, but like you said, the defense isn't good enough. It doesn't really matter.
I think for this game, I'm gonna
But
take.
again, I don't think Miami plays a whole lot of good teams. I know. Let me look at their schedule.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Notre Dame in the game, and that's only
Oh, I
because
mean, yeah, if they can beat Notre Dame, they have to play Florida. They have to play South Florida. South Florida, Florida State, and essentially that's it. SMU, I don't know how good they're going to be. Um, Syracuse again, don't know. So I mean, their three toughest games, other than Notre Dame, South Florida, Florida, and Florida State. They're all three in a row. So if they can get through them, and they don't play Clemson unless they have to play them in the championship game. So yeah, Virginia Tech, South Carolina, you know, there'd be a should be an interesting game. You want to see Lenore Sellers take that next step? You know, hopefully he got a little bit better handling the ball because South Carolina season revolves around him. I mean, he got
yeah.
hurt in the LSU game, and that cost him the game because they would have beat LSU. I'll be the first one to tell you.
Now, I mean, when when let me see. Last year when they played to start the season, they played Old Dominion and they barely won that game. And they look good on that back end stretch of the season. They look really good. They had a nice little 5-6 game win streak. End of the season, 9-3, 10-3, something like that.
Yeah,
So this game for them to start the season is really going to set the tone for the season. I know it's Virginia Tech. They're not really, highly talked about coming out of the ACC. but they're still a quality opponent for them. So
Yeah,
they
I
really need
mean,
to go in there and handle business. I mean, it's a lot of history between Shane and Virginia Tech. His dad coached over there, so it's going to be a lot of emotions in that game too.
yeah, it's at a neutral site. It's in Atlanta, so it's not like either one of them has home field advantage.
Yeah.
Same goes for Miami and Notre Dame. They're playing at Miami, the Dolphin Stadium.
So you might as well give Miami home field advantage at that point.
Yeah, so um, again, Notre Dame. I mean, again, Notre Dame's going to play some pretty good teams this year. Did not know that. So their schedule's interesting. So they're all over the place because they're independent. They open up Miami, then they play Texas A&M, then the Arkansas, then Boise, USC. Their schedule's all over the place.
Yeah, they probably did it like that because the committee, said they're really paying more attention to that strength of schedule. So you can't
Yeah,
just load it.
quality opponents. Yeah, you can't just
Yeah, you
play
can't just load it with
random teams.
cupcakes.
Yeah,
You can't
random
play
teams.
Army and Navy.
I mean, they were ranked last year and they beat both of them.
They beat the brakes off of both of them because they were cupcake teams essentially.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. So, but yeah, that's basically all I got.
All right,
Football's
well,
back. I mean, today's a lot of big games. You're like you said, you're not going to get a whole lot of questions answered, but some teams lose. You got some work to do because you can lose twice and make the playoffs, maybe three, just depending on the situation. But you can lose twice. It's going to be tough to run the table at the beginning of the season, but for Ohio State and Texas, because either both of them should be good. LSU, Clemson, they both should be pretty decent teams. So as long as they stay good with that loss, you just need to hope that Ohio State / Texas, whoever wins, you just need to hope the other one stays that good. Vice versa, LSU, Clemson. If either one wins, the loser just needs to stay good so you can say, okay, well, I lost, but they're still a top 5, top 10 team in the nation. So, okay, they're good.
yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got. Alabama can't lose to Florida State unless Florida State just happens to be really good.
Yeah, that's true. But again, and I'm only saying this for the sake of how the playoffs are now. They could lose that Florida State game and one other game as long as they make it to the
Yeah,
SEC
you can
championship.
lose twice. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who those two losses are. You just can't lose more than twice. It doesn't matter who it is.
In certain circumstances. Now, if across the board you have multiple 3-loss teams in there and it looks about the same, then we probably see a couple get in at least, at the very
Yeah,
least.
yeah. It's like I said. It just doesn't. It just depends on who you lose to and when and how. I think as long as there aren't blowout wins, but yeah, we'll save that for another topic. Spiral down rabbit hole.
Yeah, so that'll do it for us here. Back on the first week of college football. So, got an exciting season to look forward to. We got some really, really big weeks throughout the year. So just, we look forward to putting out those episodes for y'all. So if you made it this far in the episode, tell us who your favorite team is and do you think they got a shot at the playoffs? And we'll catch you on the next episode.